Certified by Weather Rate, Storm Team 6 has Knoxville's most accurate forecast. This is your Forecast First, brought to you by Knoxville Wholesale Furniture, the furniture you want.
Been a little noisy across the area this evening as expected. A little quieter right now in downtown Knoxville, but there's still going to be an opportunity for a stray shower or storm as we go over the next couple of hours. A little quieter, though, towards daybreak, but our severe threat looks to be mainly over with across the area with no active warnings in place. I'll tell you if we'll see additional stormy weather as we go through the day on Friday coming up.
Live on your side, 6 News starts now.
Right now at 11, the rains that drenched parts of East Tennessee tonight have moved on, but more weather is on the way. And the votes have been counted in the Tennessee primary elections. Now it's time to find out who won and who is moving on to the general election. Good evening, and thank you very much for joining us. I'm Don Hudson. Tonight, as the dust settles on our state's election, Tennesseans will be getting the anticipated incumbent versus challenger brawl for a seat in the U.S. Senate. Republican U.S. Senator Marsha Blackburn and State Representative Gloria Johnson will be going head-to-head in the general election in November. Now, before we get into all the election results, we want to find out what's going on with the weather. Storm Team 6 tracking scattered storms that have moved into our area. So let's check in first with Chief Meteorologist Ken Weathers. Ken.
Yeah, Don, we've had quite a bit of activity across the region this evening as expected, and it has left a little bit of damage in its wake in the sense that we do have some power outages in some spots, about 4,500 in Knox County, 100 for Union up into Campbell, and a couple of hundred for our portions up into southeast Kentucky and southwest Virginia, Hamlin County as well. The only active showers and storms we have right now, a little bit through severe into Cott County. These are not severe thunderstorms. Still some lightning with them, quite noisy, and some heavy rainfall, but they'll be pushing out sooner rather than later, as you can see here on 6 timeline. I still think a random shower or rumble is possible overnight into early tomorrow morning, but the bigger impact with that could be some locally heavy rainfall that could aggravate the flooding situation, which is why the flood watch continues overnight tonight, but also through the day on our Friday. Additional scattered storms are expected to pop up as we go through the day Friday. Some of this rainfall could be locally heavy once again, especially in the afternoon and evening hours. And even a few could be on the stronger side. I'll talk about that and if it's going to be any drier into the weekend. That's coming up in a few minutes, Don.
All right, Ken, thank you very much. And a reminder, make sure to have our free weather app on your phones. You can, if you happen to have your phone in your hand, can actually scan that QR code on our screen. You can then download it from there, or you can just do a search. The Apple Store or Google Play. The app offers customized alerts just for your area, so when one of these severe thunderstorms that Ken has been talking about pops up, you will know. You'll also be able to check our interactive map and Storm Team 6 forecast anytime, even when you are away from your television. All right, here at 6 News, we are your local election headquarters. The ballots are in and being counted with the polls closing across the state now about 3 hours ago. Since then, results started pouring into our newsroom. We're starting with the primary races for one of Tennessee's 2 U.S. Senate seats. The outcome setting the stage for November with an incumbent Republican now facing a challenge from a Knoxville Democrat. It's a matchup that we've been eyeing for months, and now it's actually going to happen. We're talking about Senator Marsha Blackburn. She's going to face current District 90 State Representative Gloria Johnson. Blackburn and Johnson each coming out on top of their respective primaries tonight, as you can see right there. All right, moving on from this, we want to talk about District 15, where Sam McKenzie was facing Dr. Dacia Lundy. Now, incumbent McKenzie winning with 65% of the vote over Lundy's 35%. We talked to McKenzie tonight. Here's what he had to say.
Biggest hope for the future is that the people of Tennessee now realize that education matters. But more importantly, our public education, our public institutions, that's what we're constitutionally bound to support. That we get back to that and stop trying to give these monies away to people that can already afford to send their kids to private schools. So school choice should be good, but all schools should be quality schools. And so let's get back to trying to fund our schools the way that they should be funded, bringing in great businesses to this state.
They both, I should say, both Representative McKenzie said that he is excited to keep working for the community. I should say they both were excited, and we talked to him tonight only about that. Moving on tonight, State Senate primary for District 6 here in Knox County. That's incumbent Becky Duncan Massey, winning with 60% of the vote over Monica Irvin with 50%. We talked to Massey tonight. Here's what she had to say.
She called me while I was up there making the speech, so I couldn't quite answer the phone. But she worked a hard race and she gave it her all. But the voters felt like I was representing the whole district well.
Massey is not done yet. She will have another election, of course, to win coming up in the general election in November. All right, moving now to the Knox County Commission District 1. 100% of the precincts are now reporting. Democrat Damon Rawls, 76%. Republican Charles Frazier, 24%. Here's what Rawls had to say to us this evening.
Well, now we have to get to work. We have a plan. We have the policy stuff that we want to do. And so now it's just time to get to work in September. After the inauguration in September, we'll get to work and start implementing those things.
Now, Knox County Law Director, Republican David Buch, winning with 55% of the vote, over 45% for Jackson Fenner, the Democratic challenger. We talked to Buch earlier tonight. Here's what he had to say.
Well, to my opponent, I say a race well run. He's a respectable person, a respectable attorney, a fine person. I wish him well. He's a good attorney.
All right, we have more election results for you as your local election source, and you can find them at our website at WATE.com. Now we have some other news that we want to get into tonight. Knoxville police detectives are actively searching for a 20-year-old man named Robert Steed. He is wanted for aggravated and reckless endangerment in connection to a shooting, I should say, in downtown Knoxville. It happened last month at this Shell gas station at Summit Hill and Hall of Fame Drive. One man was hit in the leg. His injuries were not life-threatening. Police said it looked like some sort of fight had actually led to that shooting. Now, we told you not long after the one person had been charged, that was Derek Upton, accused of aggravated assault, but the investigation is still ongoing. And police say Steed was shot in that encounter, but he also fired several shots at the gas station. He's suspected of firing a shot at a house earlier in the day as well. So take a good look at your screen. Anyone with information about Steed can call the East Tennessee Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen there at the top, 865-215-7165. Remember, you can offer up information and stay anonymous. You could also get a cash reward. Now turning to education tonight, an East Tennessee school system announcing it will be continuing to offer free and reduced price meals for its students this upcoming school year. Now Anderson County Schools announcing it will continue to enroll students in the Community Eligibility Provision, or CEP program. Now that program is actually federally backed. It allows school systems in low-income areas to serve breakfast and lunch for enrolled students for free. This decision comes after the USDA, I should say, lowered the threshold percentage of students in need from 40% down to 25%. We will continue to update you on more school systems in our area when they make their decisions as well. Right, tonight a special event took place in downtown Knoxville. It was the Autism Breakthrough of Knoxville's Take Home the Cellar wine tasting event. Attendees were invited to actually bring 2 bottles of wine, one red and one white. Whoever brought the best tasting wine got to take home all of the other bottles. The fundraiser raises money for the nonprofit organization to continue to provide services that enable adults with autism to live meaningful and purposeful lives.
I think that a lot of the focus for services with people with autism are focused on children, and I think sometimes we forget about, when people turn 18 or 22 or whenever they age out of the system, parents are often wondering what happens, what are we supposed to do with our kids, like how do we take care of them, how do we provide services for them, and we kind of offer that answer.
Now, the wine tasting event took place from 6 until 8:30 tonight. Our own Tirsa Smith was down there emceeing the event. It took place at the Standard in downtown Knoxville. All right, behind me is the American University of Paris live camera of the capital of France. Obviously, you can see the Eiffel Tower, and as you know, it is home to the Summer Olympics. Team USA, by the way, making a real statement in the Olympics, leading all countries in medals and second in gold medals. And this afternoon, 2 Americans shared the same podium. ABC's Zareen Shah has more from Paris.
Simone Biles showing the world she is the greatest of all time, holding up her diamond-encrusted goat chain after winning her second career individual all-around gymnastics gold medal.
I'm super proud of my performance tonight and the fight that I've had for the last 3 years, mentally and physically, just to get back.
Simone calling this Olympics her redemption tour after she pulled out of the same event in Tokyo to take care of her mental health. She competed against Suni Lee, who took bronze.
It is crazy that I am in the conversation of greatest of all athletes because I just still think I'm Simone Biles from Spring, Texas that loves to flip.
And Katie Ledecky, now the most medaled Olympic woman in American history after clinching her 13th medal in the 4x200 meter relay. Kate Douglas winning gold in the 200 meter breaststroke. And Regan Smith winning silver in the women's 200 meter fly. More history in women's fencing. Team USA won gold in the team sport, the first ever American team to take the honor. Earlier this week, Lee Kiefer and Lauren Scruggs won gold and silver in the individual event. But there was also heartache in Paris. Andy Murray's tennis career ending after an American pair knocked him and his playing partner out of the men's quarterfinals. Murray, who won 3 Grand Slam titles and 3 Olympic medals, telling reporters he is proud of his career. And the U.S. men's soccer team facing off in a likely tough game Friday against the Moroccan side, the 3rd quarterfinal in the Olympic soccer tournament in their 100-year history. Zoreen Shah, ABC News, Los Angeles.
It's a lot to keep track of, isn't it? All right, still to come here on 6 News at 11. Mail carriers make an assist in a Tennessee drug bust. We'll have the full story for you from Middle Tennessee. And the latest in the ongoing saga surrounding the release of the Covenant School Shooters Manifesto.
Going to see some rain as we go through the weekend. Not a total washout, though. I'll explain what I'm talking about coming up.
Tomorrow, Living East Tennessee, the Chicken Librarian returns with some fun homesteading recipes that you don't want to miss out on. And a sweet treat, Baker Sarah Hunt returns with some sweet treats that are good for any summer gathering. That's all tomorrow at 10.
Only 3 homestands left to see your Smokies in action. Join us next week for great promotions every night, including Bluey Night on Friday. Help us paint the park pink on Saturday, and fireworks both nights. Sunday, cool off and get your Owen Casey bobblehead.
With Joe Biden destroying our country, with lawbreakers flocking to Tennessee, with schools going woke, parents denied a say, and rhino Republicans doing nothing about it, we need big conservative change. That's Jesse Seal. Jesse Seal says stop taxpayer benefits for lawbreakers. Get the woke out of schools. Give parents and kids education freedom. Jesse Seal. Big conservative change for state senate. School Freedom Fund is responsible for the content of this ad.
Crossville, thanks for letting 6 News come to your neighborhood and talk about your growing area.
From being surrounded by a major golf tournament to meeting some great people, we had a lot of fun.
Let's hope for sunny skies the rest of the summer.
Thanks for a wonderful day here.
There are so many fun things to do here.
Yeah, we had a blast exploring the area.
Thanks for having us.
We can't wait to keep telling your stories.
Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln Knoxville are proud to sponsor 6 News in your neighborhood.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger. For over 30,000 mouth-watering choices. Plus, savings like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. Kroger is worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
For positive stories and more, visit livingeasttennessee.com.
School vouchers, it's a controversial issue. How will this important moment in our educational future be decided? I asked Governor Lee about his voucher program and why he says his plan will pass. I explain exactly what's at stake. Watch Monday night at 6 on 6 News.
Welcome back. Drug agents raided a Middle Tennessee home and seized marijuana and a pound of mushrooms shipped through the U.S. mail. This was a joint operation led by the Williamson County Sheriff's Office, the U.S. Postal Service, Fairview PD, and TBI. Everybody was involved. The agencies were working together on a tip. An address in the Old Hickory community was flagged. A drug dog later indicated on a package headed for that address. Our sister station in Nashville's Andy Corden shows us what it looked like when those units raided the address in question.
Armed with assault weapons at the ready.
Sheriff's office with a search warrant! Come to the door!
Drug agents enter this old hickory home.
Come on out. Okay. Come on out.
Officers search the house, seizing all this. You're looking at a pound of pot, a pound of magic mushrooms, 2 firearms, close to $2,000 in cash, and multiple shipping labels.
It's just not a big deal to them to put it in the mail and ship it. All they need is a fake name, a fake address, and deliver the package. And I mean, it's totally undetected unless you've got somebody that's on their A game in the Postal Service that's watching for those suspicious packages.
According to Williamson County drug agents, the prime suspect is the man wearing these pink shorts. Investigators tell me the 20-year-old allegedly moved large quantities of narcotics through the U.S. mail. These shipments typically came from out west, delivered to his home under a fake name.
But it was evident he hasn't had a job in several years, and that was the income for him.
So he hasn't had a job. He had lots of cash. He's certainly not paying taxes. Is that accurate?
Absolutely.
According to investigators, drug dealers are bringing unknown quantities of narcotics into Middle Tennessee through the U.S. mail because, as some dealers have said, it's easy.
Interviewed a kid yesterday totally unrelated to this, and he just flat out told us, he said he's been getting all his stuff through the mail. And I said, you mean the U.S. Postal Service? He said, yeah.
How can that be?
His own admission, he had been doing it for years and has gotten hundreds of pounds.
So he's not smoking hundreds of pounds, he's selling this stuff.
Straight up said, he's running the game.
Andy, thank you. The United States Postal Service sent out a statement shortly after reports of the drug bust came out. USPS saying, quote, winning the battle against illicit drugs is a top priority for the Postal Service and the United States Postal Inspection Service, end of quote. All right, the legal battle over the release of the Covenant school shooter's so-called manifesto is far from over. One of the news outlets that sued to get the writings made public has appealed to a Nashville judge's decision to keep them private. Last month, the judge decided not to release the writings, in part because the Covenant families now own the copyright. The shooter's parents signed the rights away last year. It's unclear from court paperwork what the Tennessee Star's argument for the appeal is. As of this evening, there is no date on when the hearing could be held. We, of course, will continue to follow the story.
Things starting to calm down a little bit across the area. Still dry for now. Seeing a few sprinkles. Pavement looks a little damp there. That's the Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies in the Gatlinburg area right now. And if we take a look at the radar, downtown Gatlinburg, pretty quiet, but watch the shower storm right there, kind of sliding almost parallel to 411, moving east, Pigeon Forge first, and then maybe over the Gatlinburg area. But these have weakened dramatically compared to where they were just a little bit ago. In fact, they still have a special weather statement on this. That's one step below a severe thunderstorm, meaning winds could still be maybe 30 to 40 miles per hour, but even that may be pushing it. This really has weakened in the past 15, 20 minutes or so. And I think our threat for severe weather is tapered off for the night, but not the threat for rain. Still an opportunity for a few showers or rumbles of thunder through the night. Not as widespread as earlier, but still an opportunity. That's why the flood watch continues for tonight and tomorrow, all the way through tomorrow evening across the area, because yes, there'll be another opportunity of scattered storms for tomorrow. Let's talk about this evening, though, the rest of tonight anyway. Pretty quiet, as you can see, but closer to late night, daybreak-ish. 1 or 2 stray showers, rumbles of thunder. This is 3 a.m. through 7 a.m. So, yeah, there could be some damp pavement still in some spots. But I'd say once that morning commute kind of gets underway, probably a little less likely we're seeing rain falling. But it's a brief break because we'll see them return as we go through the day Friday. In fact, kind of an elevated risk once again Friday of seeing some flooding in some spots, especially Knoxville, north and eastward, as a cold front's going to slowly push into the area and take its time. The front doesn't actually push through till probably about midday or early afternoon on Saturday, the way it's looking. So again, a little less opportunity for rain early tomorrow morning. This is 7 a.m., but notice by midday, we're already seeing some pop-up showers and storms, and we'll see that on and off right through the afternoon. Not a continuous rain, but again, waves of rain, at least the opportunities. This is 3, this is 6, all the way up to 11. Some of these as well will have some locally heavy rainfall, as I mentioned, but the opportunity of maybe some gusty winds. Can't rule out an isolated damaging wind gust with some of these as well as we go through the day Friday, kind of like what we've seen this evening and the past couple of days, right? Not widespread, but 1 or 2 we'll just keep an eye on. Now let's go into Saturday. Again, the cold front will push through somewhere around lunchtime, but I still think a stray shower or rumble of thunder is even possible into probably mid-afternoon the way it's looking. But notice after about 4 o'clock, things will start to quiet down. Even some drier air starting to push into the area as we go later Saturday evening into Saturday night. So it's not a total weekend washout. In fact, later Saturday into Sunday's looking pretty good for your outdoor plans. But this is why, again, that elevated risk for flooding, especially Knoxville north and eastward throughout the day tomorrow and probably into Saturday as well with these 2-day totals. As you can see, we're probably talking about another 1 to 2 inches of rain easily in some spots as this slides through. But once that front pushes closer to the Smokies later Saturday, that's when things start to quiet down in the sense rain chances go down, as you can see, but temperatures will go right back up. So it's a trade-off. Yes, we'll get a little bit of a chance to dry out, if you will, but it heats right back up. With all that moisture we have in the ground, you know it's going to be steamy. So those low 90s early next week, they're going to feel more like triple digits. And Tuesday's looking like the hottest day right now, that 94. Probably closer to 105 when you factor in that humidity.
Oh, that feels hot already. All right, Ken, thank you. Reese joins us now, one-ball freshman trying to cement a spot within the rotation, so to speak.
Yeah, when you commit to a Power 5 school, you know what your dream always is? It's to take the field that first year and cement your name, make a name for yourself. Well, this guy right here will tell you why he's going to do that coming up in sports.
Leg thigh fry, leg thigh fry. It's a deal so nice you have to say it twice. This always fresh, hand-breaded, boldly seasoned meal is now only $5.99 at Bojangles. To sweeten the deal, add a pie to your leg thigh fry. And when you hear this rhyme, you know it's bow time.
Are you ready to build your dream home? Bloss Construction Company will help bring your vision to life. We are experienced custom home builders and will walk you through the entire process. Call now.
Never be surprised by the weather. Get the free WATE 6 in your side weather app today.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
We're the fastest growing cable news network because of you, the 80% of America in the middle. You care about fair political coverage. You care about the train wreck in East Palestine we still haven't stopped covering. You care about the border. We've been there too. All of these news stories we will keep covering. Tell your friends and family about why you watch and why you trust us. We are grateful that you have been along with us.
See why News Nation is news for all America.
They say you can't have it easy, fast, and good. At Crystal, we say no way. You can have it all. Get 2 delicious Crystals, a small fry, and a small drink for only $4.99. Soft, steamy buns, burgers grilled to absolute perfection, crispy, salty fries, and an ice-cold drink for a meal that does everything. Easy on the wallet, fast on time, and oh, so good. Only at Crystal for $4.99. Get yours for a limited time.
Governor Lee's plan, give parents education freedom. But Tom Stinnett and Nick Bright have their own plan. Let woke liberals hijack our kids' schools, giving bureaucrats control of where and what they learn. Both candidates are promising to side with Democrats, block Lee's plan, and deny parents education freedom. Only one can win, but kids lose with both. Stinnett and Bright, both wrong for Tennessee. School Freedom Fund is responsible for the content of this ad.
Orange and White Nation Report, sponsored by your Greater Knoxville Honda dealers.
Fall football is done with day 2 of fall camp, and the eyes remain on the running back room. Dylan Sampson will be the face of the position, but there's plenty of questions behind him. Cameron Seldon is expected to be the running back number 2, but he's currently recovering from a shoulder injury. That means Deshaun Bishop, Khalifa Keith, and Peyton Lewis will have plenty of opportunities to take that RB2 spot. The latter of which is learning the ropes of Josh Heupel's offense after sitting out of spring practices due to an injury. Lewis is doing his best to soak up as much as possible from Sampson during camp.
Just processing everything. You know, he's a vet at this moment, and me and him, we sit next to each other in the running back room, so it's nice being next to him. You know, maybe I got some questions or whatever here and there. You know, he's able to help me out quickly. He helps slow everything down for me because, you know, just like I said before, you know, it's a process with everything that you do, so he kind of helps me slow everything down, go from 1, 2, 3.
Lewis was ranked as the number 13th overall running back in the class of 2024. He says that he feels more motivation than pressure to get on the field early. And on the defensive side of the ball, Tennessee will have plenty of talent at the linebacker position. Keenan Pili will be the most experienced, but Arion Carter is expected to make a jump. Jeremiah Thielander is back for his sophomore year. He played in 13 games and led the freshman on the team in tackles last season. Thielander credits being the son of a football coach for his quick development.
I remember watching film when I was like 10 years old with my dad. So it really just let me learn that after a long day of practice, you still got to go home. And whether you felt like you had a good practice, you watch the film, it might not be as good. Say you felt like you had a bad practice, you watch the film, it might be better than you thought it was. So it really ingrained watching film for me and just like not just letting a day pass and either learning about what happened that day.
Thielander added that he's put on 20 pounds since arriving on campus, which has helped him on the field. As for the wide receivers, Bru McCoy has been named to the Wuerffel Trophy watch list. The award is college football's premier award for community service. McCoy does community work through his Huddle for Hearts initiative, which helps provide youth athletic organizations with automated external defibrillators. In Major League Baseball, the Braves start a 4-game set against the Miami Marlins. Atlanta scores early in this one. Austin Riley goes the other way on the slider, and that carries into the chop house for a solo shot. Still in the first now, Matt Olson is swinging a scorching stick. Olson has cranked 3 home runs in the last 2 days. The Braves lead 3-0. Fast forward to the third now. Orlando Arcia tacks on more insurance and absolute missile into the left field seats as the Braves win the game 4-2. And finally, the Smokies have now won 3 straight after taking down the Mississippi Braves 5-3. The Smokies will try to win the series tomorrow at 7:35 p.m. That's a Good Sports. Right back after this.
We have some exciting news. I don't know, maybe we should have a drum roll for this.
All summer long, your favorite stars are guest hosting Kimmel.
Absolutely insane idea.
Tune in to see who's behind the desk.
What could possibly go wrong?
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
Buy a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles and get another breakfast fave for only $1.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Have you been looking for the perfect sofa, versatile sleeper sofa, cozy reclining sofa, or stylish sectional to complete your living room? Yes? Then it's time to get serious. Get saving at the Rooms to Go sofa sale going on now. Every sofa is on sale. Every leather sofa, fabric sofa, sleeper sofa, reclining sofa, sectional, every style for every space, all at great sale prices. Now, during the Rooms to Go store-wide sofa sale, every sofa is on sale.
When liberals defund the police, Tom Hatcher takes that personally. He put his life on the line as sheriff's deputy. When cartels kill Tennesseans with fentanyl, Tom Hatcher takes action, led our area's drug task force. And when politicians push to turn criminals loose, Hatcher will take them on. Tom helped ensure swift, efficient justice as circuit clerk. For State Senate, law and order, serve and protect conservative. Tom Hatcher. School Freedom Fund is responsible for the content of this ad.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Are you ready? Covering the biggest events in the country right now. There's a lot going on here.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in too.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
Michael, George, Claire,
Ginger.
high notes. Feel infinitely you in the 2024 QX80 with Infinity Premium Care included, only at your Infinity retailer.
If it weren't a drink from McDonald's, you wouldn't try this hard.
Right now at McDonald's, order an oh-so-tasty Oreo Frappe for a limited time, or pick out another sweet treat. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
WATE 6 on your side is the official station of Orange and White Nation. We love talking about your favorite teams, and just like you, we can't wait for game day.
Welcome back. A highway charging electric vehicle batteries as vehicles drive. That's right. Purdue and Indiana Department of Transportation are getting closer to creating the first stretch of highway that would power heavy-duty vehicles while they're just driving down the road. Crews are installing electrical coils on a section of US 231. The idea is EV semi-trucks drive over these coils, pull energy from them, charging the truck as it goes along at highway speeds. And there's a lot of smart people making things out there. All right, I want to let you know you just have a few minutes left to apply for FAFSA. The deadline is basically tonight at 11:59. It's been moved several times, but I guess this is the last time. Thousands of families complained the new process this year was very hard to understand and had its fair share of issues, but officials with the Tennessee Higher Education Commission say this year's extended deadline has proven to be helpful for many families in the state. Again, you have until midnight tonight to get your applications in.
Still going to be a few spotty showers overnight tonight. Better chance tomorrow. Keep the rain gear handy. My biggest concern tomorrow, again, isolated flooding in some spots, but we'll watch it.
Really? All right. Flooding, heat, it's got it all.
Pretty
Thanks,
much.
Ken. Hey, thank you for watching. Take care.
Knoxville's top choice for local news online is WATE.com. We have stories for everyone, for everything East Tennessee. Find it at WATE.com.
Save on a new Honda this summer with payments from $239 a month. New